that civil war or against Syria.
It's leading to a crucial night for President Obama as he prepares to address the nation. Good evening. I'm Justin Farmer.
I'm Jovita Moore. Here is the latest this evening in the crisis. Syria has agreed to a proposal with Russia that would allow it to get rid of its chemical weapons stockpile. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says that's not enough. Meantime, Channel 2 Action News has confirmed Georgia Senator Saxby Chambliss is among a group of key lawmakers working on a new Syria plan. And here's a live look now at Washington, D.C., where the president is expected to address the nation tonight. Channel 2's Lori Geary is live in Midtown Atlanta. She's been working the phones and interviewing people about the latest developments concerning Syria. Lori?
Well, Jovita, a spokesman for Senator Saxby Chambliss confirmed to me late this afternoon that he's working with a select group of colleagues on a plan that could forestall military action against Syria if the country agrees to give up its chemical weapons by a certain deadline. Now, this powerful group of senators is negotiating this proposal as President Obama prepares for a primetime speech.
I want to see him say that he's going to try every aspect of communication that he can, and if that does not work, he'll do what he has to do.
The opinions of voters we talked to in Metro Atlanta match up with national polls regarding U.S. military involvement in Syria.
It's a complicated issue, but I think from my perspective, I'm not about war.
We caught up with Republican Senator Johnny Isakson in Washington, who explained why he'd vote against the current White House proposal that now appears to be on hold. It would authorize limited strikes against the Syrian regime.
And the lack of a strategy and the lack of what you do on days 2, 3, and 4 and a lack of really addressing the potential concern for Israel.
We also listened in on the House Armed Services Committee.
You meant to say what you said at that time, isn't that correct? I did.
Where Democratic Congressman Hank Johnson of DeKalb addressed the Secretary of State's so-called off-the-cuff remark that led to a possible breakthrough with Syria. The country now claims it will turn over all of its chemical weapons to international control.
Congratulate the Obama administration for the way in which it has handled this icy, delicate issue.
The politics of this right now is the president is buying time.
Emory political science professor Merle Black says this possible breakthrough gives the president an escape from a politically unpopular plan.
It's going to be a very different speech than he would have delivered 2 days ago.
Also reached out to Republican Congressman Tom Graves up in the 14th district here in Georgia. A spokesman says out of the more than 700 constituents that contacted his office, only 9, that's 9, were in favor of authorizing military strike against Syria. Reporting live from Midtown Atlanta, Lori Geary, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, Lori, we'll hear the president tonight at 9. Thank you.
Tonight, some national security analysts are saying military action against Syria could have adverse consequences. A panel testified before the House Homeland Security Committee today in Washington, D.C., and they discussed the potential effects if missile strikes did not fully defeat the Syrian army.
Failure to defeat Assad will embolden the Syrians to retaliate against our homeland as well as Americans abroad.
The panel also suggested terrorist groups, including al-Qaeda, are working in Syria. Now, a live look at the U.S. Capitol in D.C. Lawmakers are expected to be there tomorrow to consider the proposal for military action against Syria. And Channel 2 Action News will bring you live coverage of President Obama's address to the nation on this issue. That's tonight, starting at 9 o'clock. Stay with us for continuing coverage throughout this newscast and on ABC World News with Diane Sawyer at 7. And the coverage includes how the president plans to win over a skeptical nation about punishing the Assad